Oh, he's over. I'm just going to get out of the sunshine.
My father was like a fine wine. He only got better with time. If things had gone as planned, Dad, we'd be in Colorado right now. We'd be sitting in my living room, drinking coffee, shooting the shit, and planning to put some smoke in the air, as you like to say. It's hard not to get lost in the what ifs, but I know if you were here, you'd want me to focus on what we had. We had a lot. You've never been on a plane. And yesterday, we were finally supposed to go west, as you called it. You couldn't find your papers, and even though you didn't have a real ID, we were going to make it happen. I flew without one before, and you were going to do it too. They say you don't realize what you've got until it's gone. Hearing you tell me how proud you were of me, because you told me every single thing we talked. You made me feel special, loved, and seen in a way when no one else did. But the truth is, you were the really good dad. In your later years, you became so sweet and gentle, a softer, kinder version of yourself that I will always treasure. I've stayed numb, hoping that if I didn't feel it, maybe it wouldn't be real, hoping I'd wake up and find that this was just a bad dream. But no, it's not. And now I'll be looking for meaning in everything, searching for signs. You and I called the God, my partner in crime. With you, comfortable silence felt better than words. I could tell you anything, and you would listen with an open heart, never judging me. I love you to the moon and back. We found each other in this life, and I believe we'll find each other in the next. Until then, I'll carry you with me, in my heart, in my thoughts, and in the quiet moments when I feel you. I love you, Dad. I also may or may not be able to express all of this verbally with you all today. So please, straight give love. I would like to share my best part on the way that it felt when I experienced it through speaking like this process that he had and that he shared with us. I won't be able to share all of them here as each day more is revealed to me, or rather that I'm remembering. If any of you would like to share with me the gifts that you received from my papa, I would love to receive them. I think that's the best way, honestly. The biggest gift that my father gave me as a really little girl was being the first big love of my life. At points in my childhood and adolescence, he was the one first love. And Kirsten and I were the same for him. He held so much together while we were growing, doing his best to provide us an environment where we felt safe, held, seen, and shared. When Kirsten and I left for university, I know it was challenging for him I've been thinking about a lot lately, this unconventional rebel spirit. Service, right? Like I know that we think of rebellious nature as, something that's hard to deal with, but I really think that it had a purpose. My dad cracked open the collective family heart the day that he decided to date, have children with, and marry a black woman. My beautiful, powerful mother, Renee, oh my goodness, together with their courageous hearts and love at the center of their attraction, they set a wild, transformative fire upon the foundation of this family that ruptured in radical change. And I wasn't here to witness the change, but I felt it. Right? There was this burning away and clearing away darkness within our lineage with that choice to love beyond how the world told them was possible. And I know that this created space for healing, acceptance of others, and an expansive love that transcends the color of our skin. I could not be more proud of them. I think about them, 17, 18, 20, 21, only teenagers, but lives numbing years. Like, wow, the audacity. My dad also had a gift of being literally a walking heart. Like, you could just feel him in the room, like, loving, generous in love. His generosity and outpouring of love knew no bounds, just like his mother, our grandmother, and please his grandma. Her and grandpa, which are just, I think it's so perfect that you Stanley placed himself with our grandmother and your I just imagine a joyous celebration filled with amazing things and our connection that often transcended into, so you were speaking of this, to the connection that Dad had with us, that oftentimes we were able to speak without words. It's such a gift. He was a deep healer, and so am I. And so am I. He gave me permission to really feel it all. And I'm just so grateful for that. And to share, our emotions and shame. So, the loss to come into the family, of the first community, what undoubtedly was a huge impact. Love him. He is so much the reason Kirsten and I are where we are. He really was that structure that held us. He also had a gift of being a joyous cheerleader. Oh my goodness. If you told him a dream, a desire, anything that you had your eyes set on, he would just hold it as sacred. I talked to him a lot about music and art and my dreams and doing that full time. He just held it as sacred. Like, oh, that's what you're meant to do. And I just really, I think this cheerleading helped me with being encouraged to pursue this path as well. There's so many areas this one had to apply. There's so much more. He would definitely want us to transition and allow this transition to crack open our hearts and bring our families into it. It's definitely done that for me. Like, I see each of you so much more clearly now. I see you so much more love. Like, even the feeling that comes with the I'm grateful for the gift from leaving us physically. Yeah, he would encourage us to be courageous, to be rebellious, to break shit, like, yeah, he would definitely want you to be free. That was one of his core values, was freedom. And, he never shied away from feeling it all, so allowing ourselves to feel all the things that come up. one thing I will always treasure is that he chose to be me and Charlie's dad and the grandfather of my boys. He's taught me a lot about patience and humor and about loving without conditions. And that even with him gone, I can still hear his raspy voice telling me to just breathe. It's gonna be okay. In the words of Bradley, nobody in heaven is gonna go hungry because Keith is up there handing candy to everybody.
I don't know if I can do it. I have not prepared it. I just want to share just a couple of memories. Just started my brother's rebellious, loving heart just a little bit. Um, yeah. Somebody talked about that bullhorn that you found in the future. What is the relevance of this ugly old bullhorn? It was an actual bullhorn. We had it with us today. That had a mouthpiece on it. And growing up, Keith and I were always outside. Girls as well, I think. But Keith and I spent a lot of time in the woods, building forts, blazing trails, building fires. That was how Dad drew us. They had 50 acres of land. There was a lesson they grew up on. Dad would grab that horn and blow it, and we would look at each other, and we knew we had moments to get our tails back to that house. Another memory I have of Keith that I think shows his rebellion just a little bit, but his fun-loving attitude. I think I shared this with Kiara as well. We, again, had 50 acres. We raised cattle for a period of time. And we worked the best at keeping the manure out of the pens with the cows. It would build up a bit. And Keith would get a wild-eyed look in his eyes. And he would shed his shoes and his socks. And he would jump in that manure filled pen, grab a cow by the tail and slap it. And there he goes, skiing through the barn. So many memories, y'all. I will just share one more to make it show his more tender side and take care of his side. So we had, again, the 50 acres. Across the road from us was probably another 50 acres that was not ours, but we treated it like it was. The Ashtabula River ran through that property, and at times when the water came up, that river flowed mightily. We had a wild idea to jump in that river one time when it was rushing, and we pulled me out of some brambles, and I believe we stayed in that tank. But another time on that property, we were rabbit hunting, and we would have a distance between us, maybe 3 to the edge of the woods there. The opportunity to jump more rabbits, but also for safety reasons. And all of a sudden I heard Steve say, "Kevin, come over here and look at this." Now we've been on this property many, many times. He had found a row of cattle running through the woods. Being younger, I didn't understand what that was. Right? So we followed the cat, and they carried us to this small fenced-in area the size of this tent with a makeshift feet out of the bed rails. And, of course, we kind of shook by all of it. And then when we realized what was going on here, the home had burned there, children died in that fire, and the family couldn't carry it in there any longer. Who knows, 50 years since anybody has laid eyes on that. And probably no one ever was going to again. But there were rims falling down on the fencing. The headstone was, again, it was just welded wrought iron in the shape of a cross. Laying to the side. Keep looking and saying, we need to clean this up. That's just a glimpse of what but my brother knew you and I would perish for years. And I'm so thankful. I had so many moments raising my daughters where I struggled. And I was thinking about the others. And the others had blood injuries. I remember one instance he said, Kevin, your father in heaven gives you the choice. You have to give your children that same freedom. I was the older brother, but I looked up to him in so many ways. I'm so very, very thankful for the last couple of years. Someone asked me today, do you have any memories from before your brother? No, I do not. Not one. He has always been in my life. Will continue to be in my life. But being the older brother, I looked up to him in so many ways. I hope I can emulate his parents and his love. I'm going to miss this random call and text. And your game. You know? No. Thank y'all for being here. My brother, my dog.
I won't share much with you, and I also have it prepared. I am so grateful that I got to live 15 minutes with this past couple years, and we have become so close. And I would go and I would pick him up. From the time I picked him up until the time I dropped him off, as long as we were standing next to each other, we were talking. And it wasn't about silly stuff. It was about important things. Although, there were plenty of laughs. Plenty. And he would always follow up with a message. Say, thank you for coming and getting me. Thank you for such a wonderful time. We always had so much laughter together. We had become best friends. One of the things inside you girls and Tom's family, it has to be never cease to amaze me. How many times you've read that Bible A to Z? Even during times when people had so many doubts in him, God was in front of his eyes. He was seeing. He was seeing. He was seeing. He would tell you that he looked from his Bible. He wasn't just reading words. He was learning the character of God, and he was learning to display the character of God. And through the character of God, that generosity came through. And he was able to take the gift of that mouth and the gift of those eyes, the gift of those hands, and put them to work for God. God would look up for mine. I promised that he would take your head in his hands. He wanted you to know sympathize. He wanted you to feel what he was saying. And he wanted you to know it's meant his kid. He was so precious. So precious. He's so great.
Unless anyone else would like to say anything about cops, I'm sure we'll have our more intimate individual moments on the side. I think it's time to break bread. Something we love to do. So we'll go ahead and wrap up here, and we're gonna mosey on to my Aunt Kelly's phone, who was gracious enough with her phone for us to go have some lunch at. Everybody keeps on the way. Stop vlog. Yeah, we can just reminisce. I think that's what sound and laugh and celebrate. Because at the end of the day, this is a celebration. Thank you, everybody. So at this time, the service has concluded. Thank you so much for everybody coming here and honoring the tradition. This is a celebration, so we're celebrating his honor. It'll take the cemetery about an hour for them to complete their process, and you're more than welcome to come back then. Alright? Thank you so much, and please walk your stuff as you exit.